everyone, and welcome to Season 2, Episode number 6 of Pro Wrestling's Top 50. I'm your host, Travis McNeil, and today we continue our countdown of the top 50 matches in Impact Wrestling history with match number 45 on our list, which is the Full Metal Mayhem match for the TNA World Tag Team Championships between the champions, the Wolves of Eddie Edwards and Davey Richards, and the challengers, the Hardys of Matt and Jeff Hardy, and the Team 3D of Brother Ray and Brother Devon. This was match number 4 in the TNA World Tag Team Title Series that these three teams were engaged at in the time. If you're unfamiliar, the Full Metal Mayhem match is essentially TNA's take on the TLC match, but you can have additional metal-based weapons. So, for example, we've seen guardrails and the ring steps and chains and thumbtacks and stuff like that used in these matches before. So these three teams were engaged in a 3-team rivalry, very similar to how the Dudleys, Hardys, and Edge and Christian were back in the early 2000s. They created this tag team series that actually resulted in 4 really, really good matches. The whole series is worth watching. The initial match was a just normal straight up 3-team triple threat match, which saw the Dudleys win. The gimmick here was that the winning team would get to choose the stipulation of the next contest, and then as soon as the team won two contests, they became the champions. So Dudleys won the first one, chose a tables match, which was won by the Hardys, who chose a ladder match, which was won by the Wolves, and they chose a Full Metal Mayhem for the grand finale here. The ladder match itself was actually great. It just missed the cutoff of this top 50. And at the finish of that match, it was kind of good because they started to incorporate the other weapons that you'd see in this match, but without them getting utilized. So the Dudleys pulled out, a table right at the end, and chairs came into play, but you didn't get to see them used. So they upped the ante with this match, over the original ladder match that they did. This match was in a really weird time for TNA. It was in the dying days of the Spike TV deal. So a couple of months after this match took place, TNA was no longer on Spike. I think all of us at the time thought it was, another time where the company was going to fold. They, ended up on Destination America, which was a TV channel that I certainly didn't get, and I don't know if a lot of others did. But somehow, here we are in 2021 with Impact still kicking. This match picks up right where the last one left off. The Dudleys immediately go for tables right at the start, which I thought was clever and made it a rewarding experience if you've watched the entire series up until this point. Whereas all the other teams had, a great sense of urgency trying to win. And that was something that was missing in the last ladder match. It was, the Wolves were forced to win that one to stay alive. So, they were trying to get belts the whole time, whereas, the Hardys and the Dudleys kind of went for some more elaborate spots in that match. But in this one, everybody is trying to win as quick as they can. This match is just big spots galore. It is incredible that, 14 years after the initial, TLC match, that the Hardys and Dudleys are taking the bumps that they are and the huge risks. It's a testament to those guys for sure. They do a big time superplex where Matt Hardy superplexes Eddie Edwards, but off of Brother Ray's shoulders. There's a disgusting spot where Brother Ray gives Davey Richards a powerbomb over the ropes through a guardrail that was wedged across the ring apron and the steel steps. That was just nasty. A really cool spot too where they do a similar setup, but instead of the guardrail it's a table, except the table is lied backwards, so the legs are facing up, and Jeff Hardy misses a leg drop through that. It was really cool, and again, something a little different than what you'd see in these normal matches. Big spot was they do kind of like a triple ladder deal where Bubba and Matt Hardy and Eddie Edwards are all on their own individual ladder, trading punches. And Hardy and Brother Ray, they give Eddie basically like a big double heel, like hip toss sort of thing off of the ladder down to the mats. Devon, Brother Devon, to his credit, he always seemed to be the guy in those, TLC matches that would take a big fall to the floor through a bunch of tables. Him and Matt Hardy, that was kind of their trademark. So he's going for the was up and gets, pushed off of the top rope through 2 tables on the floor. And basically the story here was, there wasn't anybody left, right? That whoever won this match for their team was essentially just going to be the last man standing. So they go into all of these crazy spots, taking guys out, and you don't see those wrestlers back, for the end of the match. They sell, the spot they went through. And the biggest one here is incredible. It was really unique, something I'd never really seen before, shockingly, and it came off awesome. So Matt Hardy lies Bubba Ray on a table at ringside, and he goes up top like he's going to hit a moonsault off the top through the table. But while he's doing that, Jeff Hardy is climbing the ladder in the ring. It gets pushed over by the Wolves, and as this gigantic ladder is starting to crash, mid-fall, Jeff Hardy pivots his body and actually flies off the ladder with a splash to Bubba through the tables on the floor. It was amazing, an absolute highlight reel worthy spot, and Jeff's had a career of those. So for something, that he's done this late into his career to make that list is really saying something. It was a wild spot. I loved how it was like kind of organic too. Jeff didn't set Bubba up on the table. Matt was doing his own thing at the time, and it all just kind of worked out that this spot came together. It felt organic, and it was really, really awesome. Like I said, though, this match was all about who could survive. You had Matt Hardy and Davey Richards battling up on a ladder. It seemed like they were the only two left. Eddie Edwards, though, was able to kind of come in from behind. He had recovered from that huge hip toss he took off the ladders. And as Davey Richards is giving Matt Hardy a headbutt, he comes up, power bombs Matt off the ladder through a table, and that allows Davey Richards to pull down the titles and it be a big win for the Wolves. This match is excellent. You should be able to find it on Impact Plus. There are, a couple of later years of Impact that are missing from the service. This might be one. I'm not entirely positive, but it's definitely worth the checkout for it. I ask that you subscribe to the channel here on YouTube so that you never miss a video. Please follow on Instagram and Twitter at Wrestling50, and join me again tomorrow as we continue to count down Pro Wrestling's Top 50.